Welcome, friends. I'm Gina Nicole, and this is the Goddess Channel, where we awaken our spiritual awareness, connect from our hearts, and amplify goodness in the world through channeled messages we co-create together with Spirit. Today's message comes from Kuan Yin, and it dropped in today with a really incredible, and I say incredible because it was so surprising to me and so fundamental to my life, and I really hope it will be to yours too, but just an incredible and deeply personal realization that this year I feel that the biggest energetic shift that I've experienced is a genuine, embodied sense of belonging. And I don't mean that in a socially belonging type of way. I mean that in a really existential and visceral way. So see how this resonates with you. I've come to a place, and this is what Kuan Yin wants to activate for you and for all of us today, is this feeling of belonging in the moment, in this body, in this life, in this skin. And it hit me while returning to my childhood home recently that this feeling of just intrinsic rightness, intrinsic belonging that I longed for as a child, I didn't even know how to name it, but I just knew that I wanted to feel this way. Because I used to look at other kids with envy, but I didn't know why. Like, I didn't envy something specific about them. It was just that they seemed normal to me, like they belonged in the moment in their life. They weren't worried about, who they were or what they were or if they were too much or not enough or whatever. They were just being. And I remember inside of me this subtle longing or some type of just hole inside of myself that was just like, why don't I feel like that? And now I understand that what I was sensing, it wasn't lacking confidence or low self-esteem. It wasn't social, like I said before. It was me feeling a sense of spiritual separation, a soul level awareness of not fully belonging in a reality based on separation and based on contrast and polarity, right? Because when the soul, which is used to a complete sense of unification, a complete sense of wholeness, is dropped into a reality with an acute sense of awareness. And in that reality, that wholeness seems to be fractured. That's going to be quite alarming, right? So I was experiencing this human suffering that tends to arise from that existential alarm, if I want to call it that. And it's something that we as spiritual beings that are somewhat awake spiritually, we might be star seeds, light workers, whatever word you want to use, but spiritually aware people, we, as I realize now, tend to carry this suffering without really being able to pinpoint what it is, right? Because the more aware that we are, the more we tend to feel the disharmony of this world. And for many of us, that creates a deep, unspoken belief within ourselves. And as children, this is very disorienting when we have this belief of, I don't belong here. Something's wrong with me. I'm not enough. I'm too much. I'm weird. I'm this or I'm that. But the breakthrough that came through so clearly in this transmission is belonging is the antidote to separation. And while unawakened people who are just kind of going through their lives not in a spiritual understanding of the world, may appear to have that feeling naturally, that feeling of belonging, the truth is that those of us walking this spiritual path are now being activated deeper in this sense of belonging, where we can feel this connection without having to have amnesia about, what could be wrong, right? It's not, ignorance is bliss type of vibe. It's actually integrating this into our soul journey and feeling wholeness, not because the external world is reflecting wholeness, but even when the external world is reflecting this idea of separation, we still feel wholeness, we still feel belonging, we still feel intrinsically that we're self-possessed, we belong here, this is right. So I know I'm saying a lot of words, and I know I'm not saying a lot of logical sentences, but I hope I'm expressing the feeling, the sensation, the vibration to you. And Kuan Yin is helping us here with the energy. So let's wrap this up. We are being called, we are being warmly invited energetically to feel this intrinsic belonging to our world, to belong to our environment, to belong to this moment, to belong in our skin, to feel self-possessed and sovereign. And I know this is a strange word to keep repeating, but I really feel this, to just feel right. Like everything is in harmony. This is where we belong. It's right. We can get in alignment with what is happening now, with who we are. It's supposed to be this way, to belong to our life and our unique soul expression. And so I just want you to give yourself a moment to breathe here. Let this land. Kuan Yin's bringing this beautiful energy in. Just letting this integrate into your field. She's opening this doorway for us right now. This is the activation. And it's just happening for you. You don't have to do anything. And you don't need to wait for external validation. You don't need to earn belonging. This is your birthright. This is your frequency already. So let this be a homecoming for you. Thank you for being here. This has been an incredible download today. Let this keep working in your field. Know it's just going to go to completion on its own. Nothing for you to do, but just receive. And know that we always co-create these transmissions together. Your energy as being part of this community always influences what comes through. So I thank you for that. Have a beautiful day. I love you.